Good morning, everyone. Nicole Vincent here. Thank you for catching the replay here on Facebook Live or on YouTube. I am so excited to be here. We do this every Monday morning in our Holistically Empowered Community group on Facebook that you are welcome to join. I do a Facebook Live every Monday morning with a different holistic tip, trick, idea to help expand your knowledge and help you understand more about these tools and all these different gifts that God has given us. Today, we're going to be talking about muscle testing, especially self-muscle testing. This is something that I feel is the most versatile and most useful tool in my toolbox. It's one that I use every day throughout the day for lots of different reasons. And it's one that anybody can do. And it's one that it's not hard. You can take it anywhere with you and you don't need anything additional. So I'm going to show you a few different ways. I have done a couple of videos already on muscle testing, so I'm going to kind of quickly go through the intro, and then we're going to kind of go through into some troubleshooting and stuff like that. Good morning, Lauren. And so if you have questions, please type them in the comments. I would love to answer them and help you troubleshoot, because this does take practice. It is kind of different. It's something that it's easy to second guess yourself on. So first, let's talk about confidence. I want you to decide right now that this works for you. If you overthink it, if you second guess yourself, you're going to get incredibly frustrated. And hopefully there's people that are like, yep, that's me. Throw it out the window. Decide today that this works for you and that your body can communicate with you. Now, I'm going to show you a few different ways to do this, but let your body be the guide. Don't second guess the questions unless they make total sense, like total nonsense, and would put you in danger, okay? Otherwise, trust your body and let God know, hey, I'm trying to do this and I could really use your help and the confidence in this area. So that really has helped me. And just dive in and start testing and practicing. That's how you're going to get confident, and that's how you're going to really use this tool on a regular basis. So let's get started, okay? The first and most easy way, or easiest, sorry, my grammar is bad early Monday mornings. The easiest way to self-muscle test is called the sway test. And I'm gonna step back a little bit to show you how to do this. You can see my cute doggies. So when you're doing the sway test, and what muscle testing is we're basically asking for a positive or negative response from the body. Can you guys still hear me okay? I'm trying to talk loud so my mic picks me up. And so with the sway test, we're going to let the whole body show us a positive or the whole body show us a negative. I'm going to turn sideways. And what I want you to start out, before you start trying to test what oils do I need, what supplements do I need, all this, we're just going to start with simple things, okay? So I'm going to start with my name. Now, when you're standing and you're going to do the sway test, if at all possible, be barefoot, or I just have socks on. If you really have a hard time, you can go outside in the grass, because the Earth's magnetic force will help ground you. Putting some balance, essential oil blend, or a root, any kind of tree oil on the bottom of your feet can really help as well. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Vicki. You want to make sure you're also hydrated, okay? Because if you're not hydrated, your cells can't communicate and the electricity in your body can't flow, okay? So you're going to stand just shoulder width apart on your feet. They're square. You can either have your hands at your side, or you can have your hands over your heart. I like them over my heart. It just helps me feel more balanced than this. But whatever feels right for you, that's fine. Do not have a cell phone in your pocket. Do not have a smartwatch on your wrist. No electronics on you, okay? Because that's going to jack up your signals, okay? And we're going to start off something simple, something that you know is true, like your name, okay? My name is Nicole. Right away, I feel my body being thrust forward. And it works best if you start out with statements, especially when you're first starting out. Doing a statement, because your body's like, that is a true statement, or that is a false statement. So watch what happens if I say, my name is Bob. Okay? Now, when you do a false statement, like you're testing out to see what your false looks like, don't pick your husband's name. Don't pick your kids' names. Don't pick your dad's name. Pick a name that you have zero connection with. okay? Because if I pick, because my husband's name is Matt, watch, my name is Matt. It kind of wants to go forward. I'm like, it's just kind of keeping me right in the middle, okay? So, because you're very close with your spouse, right? Or if I did my son's name or one of my daughter's names, then that would be, it would kind of make it confused because we're all kind of, with family, you're kind of intertwined, just a little. So you want to do something that's very obvious, okay? So another one, and if you are getting the opposite, so if you say your name and you're going backward, more than likely your energetic flow, the energy flow in your body is reversed. And we'll talk about that. Maybe that'll be next week, okay? We'll talk about that next week on our Monday Live. But if you say your name and you go backwards, then basically your switch is reversed, and you might not want to trust muscle testing for a little bit until we get the polarity reversed. Other things you can do, okay? Like I can say God. I know that's true, right? Satan. That's bad. Okay, so you can even do stuff like that. Something like light. See, watch, you can do light. Okay. Dark. Okay, watch. Yes. No. And so your body will respond by swaying back and forth. Now, this obviously is not a very efficient method. One of my strengths is maximizer, and so this is not a method I typically use. I use it to demonstrate, to show people, but I don't use it on a daily basis because it takes too much time. It's taking all the muscles in my body to get a response, and so it takes more energy. And so you're not going to be able to get as many questions. I do want to show you real quick how you can count. Like, let's say you needed an oil internally, okay, or an oil topically, and you needed to know how many drops. Okay, so how many drops? And you can go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it goes back on 4, so that means I would need 3 of whatever I was testing, okay? So you can count with it, it just takes more time. Now, let's talk about using our hands, because this is going to be a lot more efficient. It's going to, you can test a lot more, and you can have a lot more, you can feel a lot more differences in your yes and no's, okay? There are different hand positions that you can try. I'm just going to show you a few. So the one that I personally use is I link my fingers, okay? So with my, with my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand, my non-dominant hand, I make a circle. This is, and I have pressure here, but it's not a lot of pressure. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to grab. So it's just enough that if I turn it this way, I'm not going to drop my coin. Okay, so it's just enough pressure to hold a coin there, but I'm not squeezing the heck out of it. I'm not like I'm going to break my finger, okay? Just enough that if a coin was there and you went like this, it would stay there, okay? With my dominant hand, the hand that I write with, this is my right hand, so that could be your left hand, but many of you will be your right hand. My right hand, I also make a circle, okay? Now, with the circle on my right hand, this circle stays intact. It is not going to break, okay? This is going to be your breaking circle, okay? So when we interlock them, and I had a few questions, you're not doing, I'm trying to show this with the camera, you're not going to try and hit at the same point where your fingers are joining on both hands, okay? Because it feels funny. If that works for you, great, okay? There's not a right or a wrong. I'm just trying to give you tips that have worked for me. I like to hit with my circle, my dominant hand. I like to hit my non-dominant hand that I'm going to be breaking with. I like to hit it with this part of my thumb. Okay, so it's having a straight thing to break it or hold it. You don't want to try and break it where they both join because it's going to feel funny. Okay, it's going to be harder to feel. Okay, so you're as strong. If I do a positive, that looks really confusing, I know, on the screen, but hopefully you guys can figure it out. If I said my name is Nicole, it's strong. And you can see, maybe on this hand, I'm hitting it right at the knuckle at where my non-dominant hand, my left hand, makes the circle, okay? And when you say something that's strong, you will feel a little additional tension in those fingers get strong. Now, if I said my name is Bob, I can't keep it together. It doesn't matter how hard I try to push, Bob is not, it's not true. It's not gonna stick. Okay? So a way that you can practice this is practice your name, okay? My name is Nicole. My name is Nicole. And you'll feel that strong, okay? You don't want to break. You're going to keep your dominant hand solid, okay? You can even do it with a straight finger if that feels better for you. So my name is Nicole. My name is Bob, okay? The circles like this, it hurts you less as you test longer, okay? Because I used to test like this, but as I kept progressing in how much I was testing, how often I was testing, and the more people I was testing for, I started getting a lot of pain in my knuckles. This one, I don't get pain unless I'm testing for like 100 people, like I did last week. But it doesn't cause pain. Another way that you can hold your hands, you can do different fingers too. So if the first finger doesn't work for you, you can do your middle finger or your ring finger or your pinky. Just play around with it, whatever feels good for you. Another way that some people will do it will be they'll actually rub their fingers together and just feel the surface tension change, okay? So as you make a circle, so I do not like this one, but I can feel a difference, but not enough for me to use this as a regular method. But you can say your name. So my name is Nicole. And so when I say my name is Nicole, I feel additional tension when I'm rubbing between my fingers, okay? If I say my name is Bob, it almost gets smoother. That's the best way I can describe it. But I've seen people that do test like this, okay? You'll also see people that might test like this, where they push down on one finger and they can feel the difference that way. There's some people that also will do it's like a pull apart where they try to pull their fingers apart. I feel to me this is a little awkward, but some people really like it where they're actually trying to pull in. So my name is Nicole. It would be, see, you're going like this. You're trying to do this instead of a break. So my name is Nicole. It's strong. My name is Bob. It breaks. I think that's really awkward. But if that works for you, do it. So play around with different hand positions and figure out what feels good for your hands. And it's gonna just depend. It really you might try a few things out. And you can also Google self-muscle testing, and there's some websites out there that can help you troubleshoot. The book Emotion Code, which I've talked a lot about, especially last week in this group, has phenomenal explanations, the science behind it, and how your body is communicating with you, and how to do it, and different ideas and techniques in that book. And so if that's something that you like, if you're the science-minded and you like to have it scientifically explained, that would be a great resource to own as well. So why would we want to know how to do this? Why would we want to know how to muscle test? Because our body is constantly trying to communicate with us, and we usually don't listen until it either makes us sick as a dog and we're on our butts, we get an injury, or we have some kind of issue going on that our body is screaming for help, trying to communicate with us. Okay, so last week in this group, I had a post that was amazing. I loved doing this. I'm going to try to see how I can do this. I won't be able to do it every week, but how I can do it maybe once a month with helping you guys get a little insight into your well-being. But we tested how much of a percentage the specific concern was physical and how much of it was emotionally based. And that's something that you can do, that you can test. So let's say you injured your knee. Or actually here, we'll use an example on me. So last week I did Zumba, which is very out of my ordinary because I do not exercise. But my friend invited me to Zumba, and so I've been having a lot of back pain. And it's been in a different place than I normally have back pain, okay? So I could say, okay, the pain in my back, how much is it, how much percentage is it physical, okay? So I determined my statement, or my question, how much percentage physical is the back pain? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Okay, so it broke on 70. So we go back. Yes, it's 70% physical, which means it would be 30% emotional. Okay, so you can find out things like that. You can say, okay, how can I understand this issue a little bit better? Because if let's say you have a bad shoulder and you keep putting deep blue on it and it's just not getting any better. Well, if you just start looking, okay, well, what oils would help my shoulder get better? And you get something crazy like ylang ylang and wild orange. And you're like, why would I need ylang ylang wild orange on my shoulder? It's in pain. Like, I don't have hormones. That's not toxification. But when you look at the emotions that ylang ylang and wild orange help with, you'd be like, oh, like it could really help you understand what's going on. And so that's why I find it very useful to understand what I'm dealing with as I go through all different concerns. So if somebody came to me with that shoulder, we would test what's the physical root? How much percentage is this physically based? And physically based is going to be things like missing supplements, missing nutrients, a physiological problem, like maybe something wasn't formed right, or there's a tear in the muscle or tendon or something like that. Something physically is not functioning or is missing. If it's emotionally based, that could be different emotions, different spiritual well-being, different mental states. So the emotional can be a lot of different factors, okay? So I'm going to back up a little. I just wanted to tie it into what we talked about last week. But things that we can use our muscle testing for, oils. So I can test what are the top 3 oils that I need today, okay? And I test to make sure that that's a good question. Okay, so is that a good question? Yes. And so I have a little chart. Where is my little chart? I was working on it last night. Just a second. I have a little chart that is actually a picture of my oil drawer. And I just test through this. You can also, if you have a list of the oils or you have a price sheet, or you can go to your oil case or wherever you have your oils and say, what are the top 3 oils that would benefit me the most today? Okay, and I'm going to find them. Okay, so I'm looking through my sheet. I'm with my eyes. Okay, is it the top row, next. Okay, it's in the 4th row or 4th column of my thing. Okay, the first one that came up was Citrus Bliss, so we're going to remember that, Citrus Bliss. Next one, Zendocrine and lemongrass. Okay, so we have citrus, and this is my top oils that I need today. So Citrus Bliss, Zendocrine, and lemongrass. So do I need them all the same way? No, I need them different ways. So Citrus Bliss is at best topically, aromatically, internally. So aromatically is what I need Citrus Bliss. So in the diffuser, yes. Okay, how many drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, did you see how I counted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My mind went faster than my mouth. And so you can count how many drops you need. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so Citrus Bliss, I'm going to put 6 drops in my diffuser today. Next oil was Zendocrine. Is that going to benefit me most internally, topically, aromatically? So that was internally, okay? So how many drops? 1, 2, 3. 3 drops. Do I need to repeat that? Yes. Okay. In hours? Yes. So if you're going to do time periods, this is a little tricky. We're going to do time periods. We have to just establish what's that time period that we're testing. Because if I just start counting, is it minutes? Is it hours? Is it days? Is it weeks? You have to define what you're testing that time period. So we're going to be doing hours. So I need to do 3 drops in a capsule every 1, 2, 3, 4, every 4 hours. Okay. Do I need to do that longer than just today? Yes. I need to do it for how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the next 4 days, I need 3 drops of Zendocrine in a capsule every 4 hours. Okay. So obviously there's something going on that my body's trying to detox. I'm not shocked. I'm still detoxing from antibiotics that I took back in February. So that does not surprise me. Okay. Anything else with Zendocrine I need to know? No. So we're good. We're ready to go on the next thing. Lemongrass. This oil, I need it topically. Yes. Internally? No. Aromatically? No. So this one I need topically. Do I need it on a specific spot on my body? Yes. Is it above the waist? It's below the waist. On the feet? Yes. specific spot on my feet? No. So on my feet, how many times today? Just once. Do I need to repeat that? No. So I just need to put lemongrass on once. And if I need to, and then I can say, do I need to know more about this? Yes. Would looking at, is this to support me physically? No. Support me emotionally? Yes. So I could get my emotions and essential oils book and look through that and see what that's trying to tell me, what that's trying to let me know. And I can ponder on that and explore from that point. Okay. Does that make sense? So hopefully that gives you a little idea. So let's see. Jennifer asks, if you clear emotions, will it help it hurt less even though part of it is physical? Yes. So that's a great question. So sorry, we're going to backtrack just a little bit. So if we do start clearing emotions, either through emotion code or other emotional release techniques, the physical pain will decrease because the body's able to heal. You're removing these energetic blocks that have been caused by these trapped emotions. So it will, yeah, it will. It's pretty cool. Another thing that you can use for using your muscle testing for, let's say you want a specific roller blend, okay? We're going to use my husband as an example. He doesn't know this, so shh. But he's fine with it. But my husband's been having just tension at night. So he'll wake up and like his hand's really tense and he feels like he's clenching his fist or his jaw at night. So we're going to see if a roller bottle would be beneficial, okay? His name is Matt. So Matt, and when you're going to be testing for somebody else, and I don't recommend you start doing this until you're confident in testing for yourself. Once you're confident in testing for yourself, then you can start branching out to testing for people in your immediate family. And then you can start branching out from there once you get successful and you feel confident. That's one of my gifts. I'm able to connect super easy with people, and I'm able to test very, very easily for people. Not everybody's able to do that as easily, but I think that they can. I think that everybody has that possibility. So my husband's Matt, he's got this tension. Would creating a custom roller bottle blend for his jaw and his hands and wrist tension at night, would that be beneficial? Yes. Now we're going to check something out. On a scale of 1 to 10, how beneficial would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a 10 out of 10. So getting my husband a custom roller blend that he can put on his jaw and his hands and wrists that are having tension would benefit him a 10 out of 10. Now I like the 1 through 10 scale because benefit can be very subjective, right? So something could be a 1 out of a 10 benefit. Yeah, that's going to benefit you a little bit, but I don't want to waste my time on little bit benefits, right? I want big benefits. And so I make sure that I kind of qualify that of how much that is going to benefit someone. Okay, so in this custom roller blend, are we doing it in a 10 milliliter roller bottle? Yes. How many bottles of oils are we going to be adding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so he's going to have 10 different bottles. Now, if you notice, I said bottles instead of oils. A lot of us use the essential oils in this group. If you don't, talk to the person that invited you, or talk to me, or talk to someone, get you some oils in your life. But there's many blends. And so if you say oils, you're going to get some mixed results because the subconscious is like, well, that On Guard has like 5, 6, 7 oils in it. We need to make sure, what do you really mean? So for my husband's blend, and I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Always have some pen and paper so you can write down what you get. So typically I find if they're in the blend, if there are more than 5 bottles in the blend, they typically need to be mixed in a specific order. Okay. So but I always ask, do these need to be mixed in a specific order? Yes. Can you give them to me in the order they needed to be added to the blend? Yes. So that way I'm going to get the specific order that these oils need to be added to this roller bottle blend for them to be the most effective. Okay, so I've got my little picture here, and so you can have your list of oils, whatever works for you. I like the picture. It works a lot better for me. Okay, so we're going to test, and I want you to watch my hands. I do have a pen in my here. I'm going to keep my pen in my hand because it makes it a lot faster than to write. Okay, first one, and I'm just going to do through different rows and columns. Okay, the first one he needs is ylang ylang. How many drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs 5. The first oil is 5 drops. Ylang ylang. Okay, next one. Rona. And I'm just looking with my eyes. You can ask out loud with your mouth when you're first starting. The next one is lime. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. Okay, so 20 drops of lime. Okay. Next one. Oregano, 1, 2, 3. 3 drops oregano. Okay, dog, don't bark. I was nice and let you stay in here. Okay, next one. Okay, is Citrus Bliss, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, okay? And on the count, sometimes you'll hear me count like 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you'll hear me 5, 10, 20. I kind of get a feeling that we need more, and so I will kind of do the shortcut instead of counting all the way with single numbers. If I start that, let's say I feel like it's going to be a 20, but it ends up being like 3, then when I said I get a positive on an oil, like, yes, you need this oil, but I say 5 and it breaks, then that lets me know that I need to go back to 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, next one, that was Citrus Bliss. Okay, next one. We have 4 of the 10. So when I'm saying no, so every time I'm looking at a row 1, no, row 2, no, column 1, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's in column 8 on my sheet. 4th one down, which is cilantro. 1, 2. 2 drops cilantro. And what I can do too is once I get this recipe, sometimes I'll feel, you know what, this is probably meeting some emotional needs that he needs to be aware of, or the person needs to be aware of. And we can look up the emotional properties of each of these oils in the blend and kind of see what's going on. Okay, cilantro. So next one. Okay, it's in the 3rd column. 1 drop cinnamon. And if you're ever doing this and you're doing a blend and you get some crazy number, let's say you get like 50 drops cinnamon and you're like, that's not going to be right. Like, I have never had a blend that needs 50 drops cinnamon. Then you might need to back up and check your testing. So drink some water. Maybe recheck what questions you're asking, because if the question is off, your results are going to be off, okay? And that's why it's important to make statements at first when you're first starting out with muscle testing. So the next one is On Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 for On Guard. And see, you could do this. Okay, so 40 drops tangerine. You can do this with the sway test, but you can see it would take a lot longer to count out the drops and identify all the rows and columns of the oils that you would be needing. So the last one was 40 drops of tangerine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. So clove bud. 1, 2, 3. 3 drops clove. And I've seen a lot of cleansing oils in here, which is not surprising to me at all because my husband is a sugar junkie and he totally needs to detox. So this is not like, I'm like, it's not surprising. Like, there's only a couple calming oils in there. So last bottle. Okay, peace. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 drops peace. Okay. Now I'm going to test, okay, do I fill up the remainder of the roller bottle with coconut oil? Yes. And then this is something fun. Not everybody needs to do this, but I have a lot of gemstone chips that I can add to essential oils just to help with the added benefits of the benefits of the stone and the oil together and that added frequency. So would it be beneficial to add any gemstones to Matt's roller? Yes. How many? 1, 2. So just 1 stone. So I'm just going to look with my eyes, and I wish I could turn my computer because it's right. I'll post a picture of it, but I have them right in these cute little containers. Let me show you. Cute little containers. that just have my little chips in them. You can see my little chips. So just a little bitty, little. So they're all stacked up. Of course, they're in rainbow order because I have to have everything in rainbow order. But let's see what gemstone chip would be beneficial to add. And I'm just going through each of the columns with my eyes. Okay, so cherry quartz. Okay, so we're gonna add cherry quartz, and then I can look up in the Crystal Bible book what the properties of cherry quartz are. Okay, is there anything else? Where do we apply this? On the jaw, on the hand, anywhere else? No. Morning and night. So he needs it not just at night before he goes to bed, but he also needs it in the morning to help bring some relaxing and stuff to his central nervous system, because that's the main thing, is his central nervous system is just, it's a little high strung. Okay, anything else about this blend I need to know? Yes. I always ask, is there more I need to know? Is there something I'm missing? And that's a little bit more advanced, but that's something to get in the habit of, because a lot of times we might think that we have every answer that we want, but there's something else that the body wants to tell us. Okay, so I just will kind of tune in intuitively, like what's coming to mind. Is it gemstone, oil, supplement? Okay, so he could benefit from another supplement. So guess what? I've got another little picture. Hold on, where's my little thing? Of course, my desk is a mess. That's why my camera's up here and you don't see everything. Here we go. So I have another picture of all the tops of my supplements, because this is how I test. So I have over here, just past my printer over here, I have the top of my file cabinet has all my supplements on it. So that's what I test for every morning. That's how I test my supplements. So he needs a supplement. Does he need it morning? He needs it night before he goes to bed, okay? So on the sheet, yes. So I'm gonna go through, just going through my supplements, looking with my eyes. You can say it out loud too. Okay, so BCAA is what came up. He needs 2 before he goes to bed. And BCAA, it's short for branched chain amino acid and amino acids, sorry. And amino acids are very, very vital for cellular communication and for bodily function. So not surprising. So if we add some BCAA before he goes to bed and this, then he should start getting some relief. Okay, is there anything else we need to know? Yes. Would diffusing a specific oil or oil blends be beneficial as well? Yes. Okay, so we need to come up with a diffuser blend. Let me show you how to do that, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would diffusing a custom blend for Matt at night help with the tension in his wrist and jaw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, it's a 10 out of 10. And if I don't have the right words, I will kind of point on the body. You'll see me do that. Like, I'll point on the body so I'm visually knowing that my words are matching up what I'm thinking, okay? So we need a diffuser blend. How many bottles? Remember, bottles in the diffuser blend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 in the diffuser blend. Is this something we're going to be needing to diffuse for a while? Yes. Days, weeks, okay? Do you see how I did that? I'm letting the body give me the parameters. Is it days? No, I need it for weeks, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 weeks, he's going to need to be diffusing this, okay? So I'm going to get just the basic 1 batch, but more than likely I will probably test and get a bulk batch so I can just have 1 bottle and add it all pre-mixed, okay? And so we're going to see. We need 6 bottles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, does it matter the order we add it to the diffuser? No, okay. So I'm just going to go through frankincense. How many drops? 1, 2, 3. So 3 drops frankincense. We love our frankincense. Next one. Zendocrine, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to sleep wet by this. Zendocrine. Okay. Hopefully something else will make it smell better. Cardamom, 1, 2, 3. 3 drops cardamom. That's a lot. Hold on. The rest, okay. I'm guessing the rest are going to be 1 drop only. Okay, 1 drop cilantro. Oh my goodness. I better love my husband. This is going to be stinky. Siberian fir Is there a preference between Siberian fur or white fur? Yes, white fur. Okay, so with some oils like that you might not have or might be running out of, you can say, is there one that would work instead? And a lot of times there will be substitutes, so it's okay. So white fur, 1 drop white fur. Okay. And then 1 drop spearmint. This is going to smell interesting. So we've got 3 drops frankincense, 3 drops zinnicrine, 3 drops cardamom, 1 drop cilantro, 1 drop white fir, and 1 drop spearmint. And I can tell you right now, just from knowing the emotional properties of these oils, that this is totally emotionally based. Okay, how much? I'm just going to test just to show you. So this diffuser blend, is this to help physically, emotionally? 100%? Yeah, it's 100% emotional. Just knowing my husband and knowing these properties, like this is totally going to help him emotionally unwind. So we're going to diffuse that for 4 weeks. And I'm going to just check, does it matter where in our room the diffuser is? Yes. Right by his bed? No. Across on the desk? Yes. So it wants to be across the room on the desk. That's not always the case. Sometimes you might just feel that it might need to be in a different space. But you can always check that if it matters where that diffuser is, or if it matters where that rock is, or if it matters where whatever you're checking. So muscle testing, hopefully you can see how useful it is. You can use this at a restaurant if you don't know what would be best for your body, or like for me and my daughter, we both have food trigger headaches. And so a lot of times if we're eating out, we will test to make sure, is this going to trigger a headache? And yes or no. So Christy, this is a great question. It says, sometimes it looks like you don't have a clear break with your fingers, and sometimes it sticks or breaks a little harder. That is true, because not everything is yes and no. And so, and the more you practice and the more you get in tune, because honestly, muscle testing is just a physical manifestation of your intuition. More than likely, you already know the answer. So a lot of times, like, I might know that it's spearmint before I get to spearmint, but I still typically will go and I will confirm it with a muscle test that it is spearmint. I'm just as an example. And you can feel different. So sometimes it's like, especially if the question is not a clear yes or no answer. So I'm trying to think of an example. So let's see. I'm trying to think of something I can test. Okay. Does my body need a different food right now? It kind of sticks. No, I just had a trim shake, so I don't really need it, but it could benefit from it. And so when you're kind of getting those maybe answers where it kind of sticks, or it's super strong, if it's super strong, you're like, oh my gosh, Fort Knox couldn't get through that sucker. That might be a really strong, like your body is screaming for it. And so you can really start to feel those differences in just between the positive and the negative results in the muscle testing. So if you kind of get a sticky, or you kind of get a kind of, it really is a kind of, or like it's kind of like you're close but not quite, like you need to tweak your question a little bit, or your statement, and recheck it to get more clarity. Or you might feel like there's something more I need to explore. Just like I checked with my husband, is there more we need to know about this? Is there more that we need to be aware of? Is there more we need to explore? And that can help you dig more if you need to. Or sometimes it's going to be just, I only can handle this much information right now. Take care of this and then come back later. And because if you can, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, do not ask if you're not willing to take action. Because I have found that it's kind of, this is a gift from God. It really is, like how to communicate with our body. If we are asking for information, we're saying, okay, what supplements do I need? What oils do I need? And we get all this nice list, and we have this plan of action, and we do nothing about it, and we keep whining about whatever ailment or whatever issue we have. Guess what? When we go back to check, you're not going to get information. You're not going to get more information. And that happens to me. I can tell when clients haven't done what they've been recommended because their body's not giving me any more information. It's like, I haven't even taken care of this stuff that you gave me a while ago. So don't ask for, if you're like, hey, what supplements would benefit me? And you muscle test, you get the list of supplements, and you never buy them and you never take them. Don't ask for that again until you're actually going to commit to that change. So don't ask if you're not going to act. That's very, very important. And those maybes, think about it. Just that usually when I get a maybe, it's like, oh, I need to kind of be quiet a little bit and let my intuition speak and let me know which direction I need to go. Okay? And you'll feel that more as you practice and the more you test this out. So testing out what supplements you need daily, what oils you need daily, what gemstones might be beneficial, what food would be the best for you to eat for lunch. Looking at your refrigerator and seeing, okay, would it be best to have this cottage cheese and this avocado or this macaroni and cheese and Caesar salad? I don't know. But you can go through and test that out. So, and if you're not sure if you can muscle test that, just say, you can test. Is this appropriate to muscle test? Yes. Sometimes you will get a no. And so you can check if you can check. And just be open to it, test it out, and just keep trying. Trust that your body is going to tell you what it needs to tell you. If you are, first off, of course, do the sway test. Try your name, and if you're getting the opposite, so even if you're doing the hand test and you're getting your opposite, so you say your name, my name is Nicole, and it breaks, more than likely, your polarity is reversed. And we're going to talk about the electrical flow in the body next Monday on this group. And we'll talk about ways that it gets disrupted and ways that you can correct it. Because if the electricity flow in your body is off, your muscle testing is going to be off. Okay? So always check that. Especially when you're first starting out, always check it. Like now I can tell if I'm off, I can feel it. But when I first started, I would always check Nicole, Christ, light. Like I would check 3 things that I knew were absolute truth. And then I would know that I was good. And then I would check some obvious falses, so I would know that I'm good. My electrical flow is good, and I'm going to be getting accurate answers. Make sure you are drinking throughout your entire session whenever you're testing, because it will dehydrate you. And if you can drink alkaline water with good minerals, then that would be your absolute best thing to drink. And don't have electricity on you. Don't have a smartwatch on. Don't have a cell phone near you. I like to keep my cell phone at least a foot or 2 away from me, but if it's even that close, I typically have a lot of gemstones around me. So just set yourself up for success and just get practicing. That's how you're going to get successful, and how you're going to be able to incorporate this tool into your everyday life, because it really is something that I use from when I get up until I go to bed at night and all through the day for lots of different things. So guys, have a great day. Please share with me as you're having successes or failures. Share with us in this group so that we can all learn from one another. The things that I teach is not the end all be all. It's just my experience and what I can share with you. And if there's new discoveries that come up, I am so open to hearing them and learning from you guys as well. Have a great, great week. Sorry this went kind of long today, but hopefully you learned something and it helps shed a little bit more light and clarity on muscle testing. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.